Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Enny Listiawati. I'm from Doctoral Postgraduate Program of Mathematics Education, Surabaya State University, and I also a lecturer in Mathematics Education Department, STKIP, PGRI, Bangkalan. Thank you very much for giving me this great time to represent my paper with the title is Mathematics Preserves Teachers' Understanding of Derivative Concept Using a Post Theory Related to Mathematics Anxiety, a case study. This research is collaboration among Professor Dwi Juniati, Mrs. Rooselyna Ekawati, Ph.D., and I. And this is my research. Introduction. Derivative function is one of the important concepts in calculus where the application of derivative function can be used to find the tangent of a curve as well as the maximum and minimum values of a curve. The determinant of an increase or decrease interval that can be used in geometry, optimization of other sciences. Thus, students' understanding of the concept of derivative function is needed so that students can work well with problems related to derivative function. However, many studies show that students have difficulties in learning calculus, especially in derivative function. The difficulties experienced by students are when solving derivative problems that require the application of chain rules and when determining the derivative of function that is presented in graphical form. In addition, students' difficulties are when work with optimization problems using the concept of derivative function. Thus, further research is needed to explore the mental structure of students in derivative function, and researchers use an a posteriori as a lens. From several previous studies regarding derivative function using the a posteriori, the subject did not consider the level of mathematical anxiety, whereas mathematical anxiety is also very influential on a person's understanding and performance when working with mathematical concepts or when solving mathematical problems. The results of previous studies showed that there was a negative effect of mathematical anxiety on arithmetic skill and mathematical performance. So, the purpose of this study is to describe the understanding of mathematics preserves teachers who have low and high mathematical anxiety on derivative function based on a post theory. And the theoretical framework, the researcher take from Arnon 2014, oppose its main action, process, object, and scheme. And the meaning of action is a transformation is first implemented as an action when it is a reaction to a stimulus perceived as an external individual. And the process, it's mean when an individual examines and reflects on an action or series of action, that action can be internalized into a mental process. And the next is object. If one realizes a process as a totality and realize that we can act as acting on that totality. And the last is scheme, is mean construction of mathematical concept often involves several actions, process, objects, and the proceeding. And these methods, this research is a qualitative descriptive study because it aims to explore and to describe the understanding of mathematics pre-service teachers on derivative function based on the a posteriori related to mathematics anxiety levels. And the subject of this study were mathematics pre-service teacher at a private university in Bangkalan, Madura, as many as 26 students consisting of 8 males and 18 females with ages from 19 to 20 years old. And then the 26 students were given a mathematics anxiety questionnaire, and from the result of the mathematics anxiety questionnaire scores, the subjects were grouped into group of students with low levels of mathematics anxiety and groups of students with high levels of mathematics anxiety. Furthermore, from each group, one student was taken who had low level of mathematics anxiety and one subject who had a high level of mathematics anxiety, with the consideration that both subjects had the same gender, where the subjects in the study were both female and had equal mathematical abilities. Furthermore, the two subjects were given tasks related to function derivative in the form of description question related to the topic of derivative function, which consisted of 3 questions developed by researchers to reveal students' understanding of derivative function based on a posteriori. These 3 problems consist of determining the derivative of an ordinary function, determining the derivative with the chain rule, and determining the equation of the tangent to the curve using the derivative application. After completing the task of derivative function, then interviews were conducted with the 2 subjects based on results of their written answer to explore information about their understanding of derivative function based on a posteriori. The data analysis process carried out in this study includes 3 stages, namely data reduction, data presentation, conclusion, and drawing verification. And the result of this study, for subject with low mathematics anxiety level, in action, subject determines the derivative y equal u times v according to the derivative rule for the product of 2 functions is y accent equals to u times v accent plus v times u accent. And in process, subject explains in detail each step to find the derivative of y accent. And in object, subject identify a composition function of 2 functions and use the chain rule to determine its derivative. And the last, in the scheme, subject use rules or related concepts to determine the equation of a tangent line. And for the subject with high mathematics anxiety level, in action, subject determined derivative function in the form of 2 function multiplication by multiplying it distributively first and then derived it using the derivative rule. And in process, subject explains in detail each step to find the derivative of y accent. But subject with high mathematics anxiety level doesn't reach object and scheme structure mental approach. Conclusion. First, subjects with low mathematics anxiety level demonstrated that their mental construction when working with derivative function got to the scheme stage, but subjects with high mathematics anxiety only until process stage. And the second, subjects with high levels of mathematics anxiety have difficulty in determining the derivative of the composition function and also have difficulty determining the equation of tangent line. And my recommendation, first, it is hoped that there will be further research on learning design based only a posteriori on the derivative function topics. And the second, we suggest that the framework of a course could be used to explore students' understanding and their difficulties regarding other mathematics concepts. So that's all my presentation, and thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.